KCTCS for having this whole panel here and putting this together for all of you all. When I was in college, which was a long time ago, we didn't have this type of setting where people told us what we needed to be looking for whenever we went for a job interview. I'll start with that. I worked at the Madisonville Police Department for 24 years. In the last 7 to 8 years, I was directly involved with the hiring process at our department, which was you had to apply first of all, and if your application didn't meet our standards, then we didn't even look at you. And then we go to a physical fitness exam, and then we had an oral interview. An oral interview is what I would like to touch on quickly in regards to that's where we get to see you at whenever you come out and apply with our departments. When I transferred over, I had 24 years over there. I've been city administrator for about 1.5 years. We've got 13 departments within our city, and that ranges anywhere from the police department to the fire department to wastewater management, water distribution. It just goes on and on. Planning, zoning, engineering, all types. We touch all types of different occupations that you can imagine. So within those, we've got about 285 to 300 employees that work for the city. So there's a lot of openings out there, and a lot of them are very detail-oriented that require a background in that field. But the 4 things I'd like to touch on your soft skills would be, 1, your communication skills when you come into your interview. And when I say that, I really mean you need to try to communicate with your oral interview panel. It's not texting. If we could give a phone to somebody and have them do their interview that way, we'd have a lot of successful ones, but anymore, people are really getting into the texting side of it, and the interview is pretty lacking because we want to hear about you, and we want you to answer the questions that are being asked of you. The second will be your problem-solving skills. I know at the police department, a lot of places now will present you with a problem right there in your oral interview. They'll give you 5 minutes to write out a memo or something along those lines in regards to how you solve that problem. And then they turn around and evaluate it based on what your ideas and solutions are for those problems. In the presentation of yourself, I have a note here is to plan for success when you come for your interview on what you want the whole interview panel to see you as. I remember a specific example of we had an officer or an applicant that was applying, and the whole interview panel, there were 7 of us, was standing in the window, and we had this applicant get out in the front parking lot. When he got out, he reached in and grabbed a lint roller and started doing himself all over. I'd never seen that before in my life, but before he ever even got the interview, we were already taking notes of what his perception we wanted to see of him, because he was out there and wanted to look professional before he came to the interview. And the last would be your interview or your individual skill sets. What sets you apart from the other people that we interview? Each department, we range from, the police department was the biggest, and so I touch on it the most, because we used to get the most applications for that one department. We would range anywhere from 100 to 125 applicants. And so generally, your last question in most interview sessions are going to be, what makes you better than the last person that came in? What sets you apart from the ones that have been in here before you? And that's where I say what you're doing now out here to brush up on your skills in all those things and get your education is super huge. I looked over the programs for KCTCS, and like the criminal justice program out here, you have police officer positions for criminal justice, and then that ranges not just with the city, that would be Kentucky State Police, that would be the Hopkins County Sheriff's Department. They have a business administration program out here. Our administrative assistants, we have a lot come out here that brush up on their own skills. They also have the fire and science technology, EMT programs. Our firefighters do some of those. And the welding technology program is another great program, because you can take that skill set and go into public works department or any type of setting within the city. So those are just a few programs that I looked at that we can get right here in Madisonville. So I really appreciate your time. I wish all of you the best success on getting through your college experience. Thank you.